All right, so if you guys follow my podcast, you know that I broke down on the way to a ride in the Ozarks a couple of weeks ago, and luckily I was at a Love's truck stop when that happened, and I was able to cobble together with the help of a good Samaritan. I was able to cobble together all the fluids and hose clamps and things that I needed that I did not have in my kit. So my recommendation would be to keep you a full jug of the proper antifreeze for your rig. Make sure it's compatible for what you're running. A quart of transmission fluid, and that can double as transfer case fluid in a pinch, so it's kind of dual purpose. And a couple of quarts of oil, brake fluid. What I have here that I've bought is a couple of sections of hose that can be cut up for a repair if you need it. They sell these little splices. I believe one's a 3/8, and the other one's 5/8, I believe. Hose clamps, and this is what the Good Samaritan provided me, where my coolant hose had fallen against the exhaust. He found it was some sort of tire rasp, some sort of tool that was in his toolbox, and he cut it down to size, ground the edges smooth. We spliced the hose that was burnt, and put this splice in with the two hose clamps. But only thing that's not shown here is, like I said in my podcast, is I would recommend using some short sections of copper that you can get at Home Depot, different sizes. I bought the plastic splices because it was right there with the antifreeze the other day, but I'm going to add a couple of sections of maybe 2 inches long of copper, and you could actually form the copper if you need to have a bend in your hose or whatever. So that's the only thing that I would recommend adding to what you see here. All right, so what I'm going to do, what I bought the other day is from Blue Ridge Overland Gear, their fluids bag to keep with you at all times. This will fit everything that you see here plus some. So you've got your antifreeze, 2 quarts of oil, brake fluid, transmission fluid, the splices, and I've got a little small stuff sack that I can put these in the hose. The only thing I'll add to this is probably some rags, which I have underneath the goose gear. But this will be with us all the time, in addition to my tool roll that I have under the goose gear. It's a really slick setup, and it will ride with us everywhere we go. It's got the cool little, I don't have the Overland curmudgeon on here, but it came with the fluids panel. I think it was like a $6 upcharge, but Blue Ridge Overland Gear, their stuff is really good, high quality. I've never had any issues out of their things, but did not have this when we broke down the other night, and I wish I had. Always carry the right amount of fluids with you when you're off grid running down the interstate, just everyday use.